What is going on, Bulls Nation? So we got this Zach Lavine situation. As everyone know, if you're a Bulls fan, that's been lingering in our heads for a while now. But now we're caught in a situation where should we play the guy? Should we just trade the guy? We'll talk about it right after this.
Get the lowdown on one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago Bulls
All
Nation.
right, Bulls Nation. So it's not a secret. We should trade Zach Lavine, but I guess the bigger question is that by not playing him, and the Bulls, let's pretend the Bulls keep on winning. I'm basing it off right now as the Bulls are currently in a 4-game winning streak. Now I don't know. The Bulls could very well go in a 6-game, 7-game losing streak, and that might boost Zach Levine's value up. That very well might boost him up because that now teams are seeing, hey, you know what? He's an integral part of the Bulls. This is what happens when you remove the best player. But it's just not a good look right now that the Bulls are playing a faster pace, better defensively, and just overall better sharing the ball, taking better shots, making quick decisions, and even DeMar has bought in to the system. It's just not a good look for Zach. And I don't care how good or bad it would look for a player. However, we are trying to trade the man. And the worse he looks, the worse the return we're going to get for his trade value. Now, the Bulls are in a tough spot where should we showcase Zach and to up his value, meaning put him out there, maybe score 50 points. But we know what happens when Zach is on the floor. And I'm not attributing the Bulls winning just because Zach is not around. I'm not gonna lie, I'm attributing that to that. It's obvious because by removing Zach, it's not like Zach is the biggest problem here. Trust me, he's not. However, it's noticeable that when Zach's not around, Kobe and Patrick Williams plays differently. That's not even a lie right now or a question. It's not Zach's performance. It's how he affects other players around him. And we got the production point-wise that he is lacking from those two other individuals. However, what we did gain is the ball movement where players are not just standing around, and also the defense that because the lineup got adjusted and we became a bigger team. So instead of having Zach as the 2 guard, we have now Alex Caruso, which you gain a lot of defense from. Yes, they don't do the same point production, but with Zach's absence, Kobe's point production went up and his defense is actually pretty good as well. And also we put Patrick Williams in the power forward, so now we just became taller, and also better defensively overall, because when Zach was in the lineup, we got Torrey Craig in the lineup, which is shorter, smaller than Patrick Williams as well. So overall, I think the defense and the ball movement just got affected with him being absent. Now, again, we will go back to the question: should we play him and lose, but showcase him, or should we keep on keeping him on the sidelines, keep on winning, assuming we're going to keep on winning, and put that risk of getting a pretty much nominal return for Zach? Because Adrian Wojnarowski, man, I can't pronounce that man's name, said that there's no market for Zach right now. Would that change if we showcase him? Would that actually change? I would like to say no. Everyone knows what they're getting from Zach, even if he scores a string of 50-point game. Now, that might change. Maybe they'll give us a lower protection on a first rounder, or maybe even a first rounder. Is there even a first rounder available for Zach Lavine right now? I guess that is the biggest question. Is he worth a first rounder to other teams? Now, if you look at my thumbnail, I listed Lakers, Kings, Pistons, and the Raptors in those categories where might be the most logical destination for Zach. The Raptors are in a similar situation with the Bulls. They don't even owe their pick. I think it's top 6 protected this year. So there's no reason for them to, I guess, be mid, because otherwise you might get like 7, 8. So now you're just going to give it to the Spurs. So what is the What is the market for Zach? Are those teams even willing to give up a first rounder? Or should we try to keep on winning? The hell with Zach's value. We're here to win, play basketball, and we should do that. I would love to hear your thoughts on this one, Bulls Nation, because I myself would like to think that by playing winning basketball and keeping Zach on the sidelines, pretending that he's injured, is better for the development of the young guys that we do have. And believe it or not, now I'm starting to see these young guys we might have something here. I'm talking about Kobe, Ayo, Patrick Williams, Dalen Terry, and Julian Phillips. We might have something in there. So by playing the right way, whether it's win, lose, or there's no draw, win or lose, giving them the right spot, the right minutes, I think we can evaluate, especially with Patrick Williams, who has an impending free agency, that we would get a better evaluation if that is something that we could give this guy a higher contract for. So I would prioritize that rather than showcasing Zach and ruining this team's chemistry moving forward, because now we're wasting 2 months. If we're waiting for January, showcasing a guy that we still don't know, he might get injured. By showcasing him, there's no guarantee that if we play this guy, his value would tremendously go up. There's a downside to that. He might get injured. Now he's not getting traded even more, and it would stunt the development of the younger guys that we do have, and it would just send a bad signal, I think, to the players in the locker room, to our image in the league, where we're currently in the process of acquiring free agents now. So that is something that I am against. The heck with Zach, right? Like if we only get honestly, I would rather have a lot of a lot of expiring and draft capital in a trade for Zach. I'm not interested in getting any player back. Honestly, if you can give me all expiring just to match contract and 2 first rounders, that'll be great. But at this point, it looks like we're not even getting a first rounder. So if that is the case, let's just pretend that Woj is right and there is no market for Zach. Who do we trade him to? If I was the Bulls, I'm going to send him anywhere else but his destination. I heard he wants to play for the Kings and the Lakers. I would send him to Detroit. Heck, I'll get all your expiring just to get this out of my payroll. I'm not even going to get Jaden Ivey. Get me Gary Harris, who's going to be expiring, James Wiseman, and some salary filler, and call it a day. That's not the most ideal return for Zach. Bradley Beal got better than that. Give me 2 second rounders, and we'll call it a day. I don't know if really there is market. If the Bulls, that's as low as you could go, honestly. But if the Bulls really can't get anything for Zach, give him the Lonzo Ball treatment. Don't let him play. Just stay away from this team, because having him around the team, it's not like DeMar, because DeMar inspires younger player. Yesterday, DeMar and Patrick Williams is on the Bulls affiliate team. So it looks like DeMar is getting these younger guys and nurturing them and taking them under his wings. You don't really see that with Zach Lavine. So what is the positive of him being on a team? Get expiring, get those contracts, pair it with DeMar next year, let him walk away. You have tons of cap space. Get some younger guys who has some upside, sign him on a younger contract or a 1-2 year deal. I don't know, and start rebuilding. That is my plan on this. If you can't get a first rounder, send him anywhere else that he wants to go, because we know this is Clutch playbook. They signed a contract, now they're dictating where he goes. F that. Send him to Toronto for expiring. That's what I would say to that. If there's really no market, of course, I still want, if the Lakers are willing to give up young assets and a draft pick or 2, then sure, go ahead. But if there's none, the heck with it. Get expiring, send him anywhere else but the Clutch wanted. Send him to Detroit, let him rot there. And that's nothing against Zach. I think that's more of Clutch speaking for Zach. But thank you for watching, Bulls Nation. I would love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.